Joel, but you can call me Kwame. So today I just wanted to start with a topic that is not that sensitive but very relevant to us. So we're going to talk about how to set realistic goals. I'm going to use this SMART model to explain how to set goals. Okay, so first thing that you need to set goals is a pen and a paper. Now, every goal that you set, if it's very important to you, you need to make sure that you're writing it down. Write your goals down. It will help you. You'll come thank me later. Okay, now let's dive into it. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Okay, so for those of you who already know this concept, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but this will be a reminder for you. And for those of you who don't know it, it will be a very good thing for you to learn. Now, some people find this as not applicable in some way, so I have a special way of explaining this to you. Now, I have 5 questions that answers this SMART model that makes it make sense. Okay, so these questions are why, what, how to measure, how to go about it, and then when. So these are the 5 questions you need for setting goals. Now, the reason why I brought this topic at the beginning of this my page is because I've realized that most of us, we set goals at the end of the year, and then at the beginning of the year we already lose focus of what our goals are. We need to set realistic goals that will end or will be achieved by the time we want to set it, by the time we want to achieve it. So we're going to go through these SMART goals and see how they really apply, and the reason why, especially those of us who know it, are not really applying it. Okay, so first thing you want to know is the motive behind it. Why do you really want to set that goal? Why is that goal so relevant to you? So relevance is the first thing that you want to think about, the relevance of the goal. And in my own terms, I would say why. So the why question comes in when you're thinking about a SMART goal. I'll pick it out, the relevance. Now, if you have a motive, if you have the reason why you want to set that goal, then you want to think about what goal are you going to set? What is the goal? And this is where you go to the S in the SMART model, specific. Go to the point. Be as specific as you can. What is the thing that you want to do? So I'm going to give an example of a SMART goal, and then we'll try to find the SMART acronym in the SMART goal. So since I have a medical background, I'm going to use it. So in the medical field, nurses use SMART goals all the time. So an example would be a patient who is in extreme pain, and this patient is like having a pain that you cannot even imagine. So let's say a pain 8 out of 10, which is a scale that nurses use for patients. So they have a scale that they use to measure patients' pain, and they have it from 0 to 10, and 0 being no pain at all, and then 10 being the worst pain a patient can feel. So the patient states that he or she is in a pain is around 8 or 9. So that is a lot of pain. So this is how nurses write out their SMART goal. They will say patient's pain will reduce from 8 to a 2 by or within 30 minutes when this kind of medication or this kind of therapy is given, and the patient will verbalize that the patient's pain is at a 2, or they can use other markers to check if the patient's pain has reduced, like the patient's blood pressure or the patient's heart rate or other things that they use to check. So with this kind of goal that the nurse will write down, you can tell that it's very specific. We want the pain to come down from 7 to a 2. And then how do we measure it? We're using the pain scale, which measures from 0 to 10, and we want it to be at a 2. And then, is it attainable? Well, it depends. So with the therapy they use or the medication they use, it will depend. Some medications can work within 30 minutes. Is it relevant? Yes, very. You don't want a patient that is in a lot of pain. And then time, they gave 30 minutes. So that means you have to come back and check within 30 minutes. Okay, so this is how it goes. And this is how I usually go with setting my goals. I write it down, put it in a table form. So I put specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based, or I go by why, when, how to measure, how to go by it, and then what. I put it in a column and then I write it out in the rows so that I don't forget. The main reason why you want to write your goals down is that you don't want to forget it. And there's one other thing that helps for when it comes to goals, if you want to hit your goals, if you want to attain them, is using your tools. So using your calendars, using your timers, your alarms and all that. With every goal that you set, no matter how long or short that goal is, you still need some short-term goals that will mount to the ultimate goal. And this is very important when it comes to goal setting, because you can't just jump to your ultimate goal, but you need short-term goals. An example would be, let's say I want to build a house. Now, my long-term goal is to have a complete house, furnished and ready to live in. But what will be my short-term goal? Maybe my short-term goal, first goal that I need to get is get a plan. Or maybe get a land. Maybe I already have a land, get a plan. That's a short-term goal. And then if you go through these SMART goals to get, in getting the plan, you're going to be successful. And then you have other goals, maybe buy cement or materials, whatever you have to do until you get the house. And then you have to write it out, all the SMART goals. And this is how you make things happen. This is how you set goals and then you make it happen. You will hit it. Your New Year resolutions will not be a fairy tale anymore if you use SMART goals. If you write it down, things will not work if you just say it and then wish that you're going to accomplish it. And this is where most of us get it wrong. We go to churches or to religious places or wherever we go to, we make wishes, we promise, and then we want to set goals for the next year. And then we realize that even at the beginning of the year, we're not even close to starting our goal. It's because we don't write it down. We don't take it so personal. We think it's going to work out. Things do not work out just like that without any effort. If you use this method and it doesn't work, put it in the comment section why it didn't work, and then we'll talk about it. I've done it. It worked for me. It works for so many people. This concept is all over the place. It's all over the internet. I'm just picking it out to bring out my idea out of it so that we'll all be able to attain our goals. I know that this is very, very important, and that's why I brought it at the beginning. Try it and then give me comments in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.